Hey everybody, it's Liz and I'm back to share with you another Halloween project. This time I decided to create a little Halloween countdown, and I decided to create one for Kayla because she really enjoys counting down the days to the holidays. We have one of these for Christmas, and every morning she comes downstairs, switches out the little cubes. It's really cute, and as a joke we always switch them back to like the higher date. She always gets upset with us, but it's kind of funny. So I thought it'd be fun to make her one for Halloween. And I created this just using this wood piece here. This is the wood base, and then 2 solid wood cubes. And you guys, the cubes and the base I picked up at Michael's in your wood section. It's just, it's not very big, as you can see. And it's just the bare wood. And basically I just wanted to go, of course, with like a sort of witches theme, if you will. This is like a little Halloween, a witch's lair, like a little witch's house. So the paper collection that you're seeing is the same one I used on my last project. It's called Wicked. Let me show you real quick. By My Mind's Eye, and I really, really love this collection. It's got some great colors, great images. Some of the paper's glittered, so very, very awesome collection. That's what I decided to use for my project. And basically what I did is I started off by painting all of the edges on the wood parts, the 2 cubes and the base black, obviously to coordinate with my papers. Once I painted everything black, I went ahead and adhered my papers on there with some Mod Podge, and I used different sheets of the pattern paper. I didn't want a uniform look, so I used different types of paper on there. And you guys, this base here is really inexpensive. Like I said, you can pick it up at Michael's. It's, I think, $149. The cubes are like $129, and of course you can use your coupons, but it's very inexpensive as it is. And to create the little back here that sort of looks like a little house, I did that using chipboard. I used 2 pieces of chipboard. I basically drew one sort of like a little house. I cut it out, and then I traced it onto the second piece. I cut that out, and I adhered both pieces of chipboard together to give it a thicker back, I guess. I didn't want it to be flimsy. Let me show you real quick. So see, it's nice and thick up here. And the edges are painted with black, of course, to coordinate with the paper. And then what I did is I adhered this back. Well, this is after I, of course, have all my papers on there, but I adhered it with some E6000 to the back of the wood piece. So that way it stands up on its own, and it looks really cool. It's like a little witch's house. It's really cute. And let me see here. Okay, so it's really cool. Let me just kind of show you the whole thing so you guys can see how cool it looks. I love it. I'm so happy with it. I think it came out really, really cute. And so let's see here. I'm going to walk you through some of the details. Now, the cauldron and the little cubes are not adhered onto the base. The reason being, of course, you need to switch these out to show the different dates, and the cauldron sits on top of that. So basically, this just comes right off. Very cute, and I'm going to tell you what I did with that because it looks so awesome. And then, of course, you have my little cubes, and the little cubes, again, were painted, the edges were painted with some black paint. I adhered all my pattern papers, a different design on each side. And the numbers are just stickers from Hobby Lobby, just basic stickers. I've got some stamping that I did on some of the sides here. It's just a spiderweb stamp, really cute. And all my edges are inked with black soot, as you can see. This one's got like a little spider on there, really, really cute. And so those are my cubes. Very, very simple, you guys. And so that one go here. This one's the same, just got some spider webs. I've got the stickers on there. Really, really pretty pattern papers. Love the print. And then some of these are glittered, like I said before, like the spider. Really, really cute. So I've got that. Now let me show you what I did to create the little background, the little, I guess, the little house effect. I wanted to go for like, witch's house, all beat up and sort of, spooky looking, if you will. And I hope you guys are able to see the detail. But I started off, once I painted the edges of my chipboard in black, I started off by embossing pieces of cardstock, black cardstock. I used my Tim Holtz brick embossing folder. You can see some of the detail here. And I glued the pieces of cardstock onto my chipboard piece. I know I wanted to go for like a sort of old and beat down wall. It's like the wallpaper was peeling off, revealing the brick behind, and that's the look I was going for. So once I adhered the black cardstock, I then went ahead and cut the piece of pattern paper to fit, and then I marked all the areas where I wanted the brick to be revealed. And then I started to rip it and sort of, I guess, roll it back, if you will. I tore some of the pieces, and then of course, so it wouldn't be so stark white, I inked it with black soot, so it just has like a really grungy effect. Really cool. I love the detail of the brick, and I love it that it's distressed. It looks really awesome, you guys. Very, very cool. And so that's my background. Very cute. And then of course, it is a witch's lair. You have to have your little, potions and whatnot. I created this cute little shelf out of 2 small pieces of chipboard glued together. I painted the edges with black, and then I adhered the pattern paper on top on both sides. Here you can see that. And then I also, before I did that though, I ran the little pieces of paper with, ran it through my Big Shot using the wood grain embossing folder, also by Tim Holtz. And it's kind of hard to see some of the detail. In person, you can see some of the wood grain. It looks really cute, you guys. I just wanted like a cute little wooden shelf. And then you've got to have your little potions. So I've got little bottles here. And the bottle, this one is from the Dollar Tree in the nail art section, or cosmetic section, if you will. And it's just a cute little tiny bottle that I grunged up using some black acrylic paint. And it does have a little potion inside of it. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see it, but I just mixed a couple of drops of Lindy's with some glossy accents to create like this murky purplish potion inside. And I did the same thing with the other little bottle, and that little round bottle is from Sawcrafter's Shop. And what I did with that, I grunged it up the same way, and I adhered the little tops with some glossy accents so that it wouldn't leak, of course. And in that one I used some orange Lindy's with some glossy accents again to create the little orange potion. The little stickers on the bottles are by 7 Gypsies, and I picked them up at Tuesday morning. You get a lot of stickers. It's like 99 cents for like 3 sheets. Really cool, and they came in handy. And it's nice and grungy. And then on top of the little, or next to the bottles, I've got the little Tim Holtz wishbone that I grunged up using some black acrylic paint as well. And do you guys see that little sort of wavy, dried up looking thing? That's the end of one of the little fall picks from Michaels. It sort of reminded me of a rat's tail, right? So I thought, okay, I'm going to cut that off and then put that on the shelf as a little rat tail, like a little dried up rat tail. Of course, it's a witch's lair. She's going to have rat tails and bat wings and all that stuff. It's kind of gross if you think about it, but kind of funny too. So that's my little rat tail, you guys. And then I like how you can see the brick, behind that. Really cool. And then I've got the little epoxy sticker of a little spider coming down from the fence, or not fence, what am I talking about? Little shelf, if you will, like it's coming down the wall. Very cute. And then of course, no witch's lair is complete without her broom. And this is a cute little broom that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I grunged it up with some black acrylic paint, as you can see. And I sort of have some little glossy accents on top and some at the bottom so that it would remain standing. And in the background, I've got these little pumpkins. These are from a Michaels pick as well. So I've got a little medium-sized pumpkin and then a small one glued on top of that for just the back, just for some pop of color. I didn't want this to be super dark. And then here in the corner is a little plastic spider from the Dollar Tree. Of course, it's got to be nice and creepy. Here you can see the base, how I adhere the pattern paper. I love how that has like this distressed look. And then I wanted to create a more ornate look, so I used these little border pieces that are also from the Wicked collection by My Mind's Eye. Unfortunately, it was only 12 inches long, and I wanted to go all the way across, and it wasn't long enough. So I'm going to show you what I did in just a second. But see, so it just goes all the way around, just an added detail. And I love how it glitters. There's some glitter on there, really pretty. But see, it wasn't long enough. It was about ½ an inch too short, something like that. So I just took this plastic fly from the Dollar Tree and I adhered them right on there so you can't really see that it doesn't go all the way across. So kind of gross, but I know, it's Halloween. I can get away with being gross. So love the glitter. Let me show you the back real quick. I knew I wasn't going to do anything to the back, so basically I just covered it with some pattern paper. I love the sheet. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of sort of a distressed look. It's got little splotches of green, and it's glittered, and it's got some spiders, so really cute. So that's the back of it. And let me see here. I think I've covered, oh, and I covered the bottom as well with some pattern paper. Okay, so that's my little countdown, and then I already went over my little cubes. You guys already saw that. So I'm going to put these back on there, and I'm going to talk about the cauldron, my favorite part, because I really think it came out so cool. So I think it's 29 days before Halloween, right? Okay, there we go. Take a look at this cauldron. Look how awesome this came out. Oh my gosh, I really, really love the way this turned out. And I have to thank P, oh my gosh, P from Whimsical Endeavors for her amazing tutorial. Last year, she sent me these 2 really grungy bottles. They were so cool, and she was so kind enough to share the technique on how she created the bottles. And I just fell in love with the technique, and I thought, why not apply that technique to the cauldron, right? I wanted to go for like a really dusty, rusty, grungy looking cauldron, as if, you know, she's been creating potions and whatnot forever. And oh my gosh, look how awesome this looks, right? And you guys, I'm going to put the link below so you guys can go check out P's tutorial on how I did this. I mean, of course, she did it on little glass bottles, but I think you can apply it to anything, as you can see here. Thank you so much for that, P. It was awesome, 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 and I love the way this turned out. Basically, all she did is, what I did here. Let me show you the little cauldrons that I used real quick. Okay, these are from Michael's. And I'm sorry about the glare, but it's going to glare big time. And it's like a pack of 6, right? Let me show you the labels so you guys know what I used. It's by Celebrate It. It's $1.99, and you get 6 of them. And they're actually candy baskets, but hey, I can use them for whatever, right? Us crafty people are good at that. And what I did is I started off by painting it black. And I didn't want a smooth finish, because you don't want this to be nice and smooth. You want it like grungy and sort of lumpy, if you will. So I sponged the black on there, all over, okay, all over. And you guys see this little coloring here? That's cinnamon. I sprinkled cinnamon on there while the paint was still wet. And so the cinnamon adheres nicely to the black paint. And then I went ahead and used some more black paint in some areas to sort of give it like a little crusty look, if you will. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it looks so awesome in person. See? And see, there you go. You can see some of the texture from the cinnamon and the black paint. And then, of course, I took a black candle, and I had a really hard time finding a black candle. I don't know why. It's almost Halloween, but I finally found one at Hobby Lobby. I don't even know why I didn't go there first, but anyway. And you just sort of drip the wax. You have to be very careful with this step, but just sort of drip the wax on there, and it just creates like a goopy, drippy mess, right? And it looks so cool. I'm telling you, P, thank you so much. Look, it came out really cool. I don't think this would have turned out as amazing if it hadn't been for this technique. You know, seriously, I think it looks really awesome. And okay, this is the witch, you guys. You guys remember the Hansel and Gretel story on how they pushed her into the oven? Well, I sort of did something like that, but I wanted it to be like the kids pushed her into her own cauldron. So she fell in, and of course, you know, she turns into this little skeleton. And you guys, this is just a Dollar Tree skeleton that I grunged up a little bit more using some black acrylic paint. And I sort of bent his arms a little bit. I know there's a technique to be able to bend the plastic ones, but I just didn't have time because it involves a lot of hot water and then cold water. So I sort of bent his arms at the joint, sort of snapped them, not to break off, but just to be able to, they kind of snapped off a little, and you know, they're still attached, but I used some glossy accents behind it so it won't come off, because I wanted his arms to bend, or you know, the little arms to bend. You know how these skeletons, the little arms are straight down, so really cool. And then inside I've got some floral foam stacked on top of one of their like little pieces. And then I have this really cool, I wanted it to look like, you know, the smoke coming out of the cauldron or whatever. And this is just that spider webbing, this stuff here, okay, just cotton. That's all really it is. But I did grunge it up using some black soot so it wouldn't be so white. And then I just kind of have it coming, you know, like sort of like billowing smoke. Sort of. I think that's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like that way to me. I don't know. And then so I've got the little witch inside. I gave her some googly eyes. And to put the skeleton in, I did have to take off his legs, of course. You know, he's really tall. So I just stuck him in there. Added some more cotton and the little webbing. And that's it. Really cool, right? I love his googly eyes. I wanted to have a witch's hat, but I couldn't find one small enough to fit on its head. So, no hat for this witch, but really cool. I love the way this cauldron came out. I really do. It looks so awesome. And so she goes right on top, and that's it. Like I said, it was so fun to make this. I love Halloween. You guys know how much I love it, and I just love coming up with different ideas on creating, you know, different types of decor. I really hope you guys enjoy my little project here, and I hope you'll give it a try. It's really easy, and you can make this like with any theme, really. I mean, all you need is this little wooden piece here and the two little cubes, and I use chipboard, but you can use whatever you want. You can do it without it. For any holidays, how fun would that be, right? So anyways, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like my project. Let me know what you think, alright? Alright, I see you guys real soon. Bye-bye.